moment has arrived. Lift your head up, stand up tall. No longer can you just survive. Get up, sister to sister. Get up, sister to sister. Oh, get up, sister to sister. It's time to make your power move. Get up, sister to sister. Get up, sister to sister. Oh, get up, sister to sister. It's time to make your power move. You are winning, it's just the beginning. Now is your time. Stay focused, keep your chin up. You gotta keep a made up mind.
Great. Happy Monday. Great day, great evening, everybody. Listen, y'all, technology, you gotta love it. Lady T, let me know you can hear me loud and clearly.
Yep, I can hear you.
People can hear me. I pray that everyone is doing wonderful and having a happy launch into your week. And that the mothers had a wonderful Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers, all of the nurturers, all of the lovers, all of those who have helped to build the family, hold the family together. And, even those who are not mothers, or you have not birthed out a child. I had to think about myself. I have not had an opportunity to birth a child out of my womb yet, but there are so many other things that I am birthing in the earth. Whether it's an idea, a business, a concept, what God has given me and placed in my hand, whether it's nurturing other children. I'm a godmother. And so for those who may have the similar situation right now, listen, we celebrate you as well, but we want to celebrate and highlight all of the mothers. And thank you for what you do. And thank you for helping to bridge the gap in community. We are appreciative of you and what you do. And Lady T, listen, you're a mother. Happy belated Mother's Day. I know you were celebrating with your family, your mom. So shout out to you. And look, we want to welcome you all in the room right now. Let us know that you can hear us loud and clearly. Don't be afraid to drop a comment in there to say, hey, I'm here. We have some special guests in the house tonight, and we see you out there. So go ahead and let us know that you're there. Tonight, we are just excited to be here. We welcome you to Sister to Sister Talk Power Moves. Look, I'm so excited. I jumped right on in. But welcome to Sister Talk Power Moves. My name is Mone't Horton, and I am the visionary and host. And of course, I'm joined here with our superstar co-host, Tiara Parker. Say hey to the people.
Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. I pray that everybody had a blessed and eventful weekend.
Yes, and yes. Y'all, you know how we do it here. Look, I'm never sure what Lady T will follow up with, so I gotta just pause for the cause, give us some space there. But come on in, get your pad, get your pencil, get your just kind of relax and unwind your mind from the day. But here at Sister to Sister Talk Power Moves, it's not a show, but it is a flow. And when we flow, we fearlessly level up, we overcome, and we stay winning. We stay in the winning zone. And so tonight we have, I believe, a fearless couple, right? Faith-filled and fearless couple who are here tonight and join with us. I'm going to go ahead and allow Lady T to take the mic and go ahead and introduce our guests.
All right, everybody. Tonight we have Northern Upsidedown, elevated taste with a little Southern twang. Anthony and Justina O's, chefs in the Chesapeake area. We specialize in developing and serving empathetic culinary teams and have taken a solid interest in entrepreneurship. With over 30 combined years in the kitchen, my Lord Jesus. We've worked on team building projects that enhance the back of the house hospitality. Now we have ventured out with layers of exceptional flavors from Alabama to Baltimore to create Northern Upside Down. Now let me tell y'all, they cook, they bake, they cater. What don't they do? Okay. So if you need something, you know who to go to. Okay. And I can speak from personal experience. Let me tell you, the sweets be sweetened. All right. They are good. Okay. So
I'm
go to them
excited.
for your next baked goods event. All right. You will not be disappointed. So we welcome to the show Anthony and Justina. Oh,
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey.
Welcome. Look,
Thank
Lady
you.
T, you done had an opportunity to taste the treats.
yes,
An opportunity yet.
baby.
But we're so excited to have you all on tonight. And just reading your bio, and it was short, sweet, but right to the point, and like have you waiting for more. I said I can't wait to learn more about what you do, how you do
You
it,
slowly but surely coming regular.
right. So I absolutely love it. And to those who are listening in tonight, you don't want to keep all of this goodness to yourself. Click and share, because tonight,
Please do.
as I was reading the bio of this amazing couple, and just also as they provided some more information, I said, tonight we want to talk about pursuing your dreams while balancing marriage, family, and lifestyle. Yeah, all of it. And lifestyle is like dot, everything else you put in there. And so I believe that we do so much, right? We do so much. And so I'm excited tonight to talk about how do you pursue your dream? Take a moment to think about, the viewers, think about, what is your dream? Is it your business? Is it building something for your family, a legacy? Like, what is it? But when you are trying to build whatever that is, and then also balance family, marriage, it can be another relationship, whatever that thing is, but still try to find the time for social and life and exposing yourself and traveling and all these other things. How do you do it? And so tonight we're excited again to have you both here. Welcome again to Sister to Sister. How y'all feeling?
Good, pretty good.
Yes. Listen, being in Baltimore, I feel like it's a win if it's warm here. So I'm loving it because it's been
You
cold since
loving it?
forever up here.
So we're just like, again, we jump in here, sister to
It's
sister.
freezing. It's freezing.
We look, we gonna keep it flowing. We know it may be freezing a little bit. I think I hear y'all saying it might freeze a little bit on your end, but as you get it, you jump right on in.
Okay.
But we flow here, right? Again. And so we just like to have I believe that sometimes people don't know the story behind the glory, behind what they see. And you might say, oh, it's not the glory, but that's what I call it. The you that shows up now, that may be a little bit polished or mature, and have growth and experience. And so as we start out tonight, just it sounds like y'all may have transitioned to this area as you're kind of like merging things. So tell us a little bit about you all, wherever you want to start, and we'll start right there. A little bit about who you are and the backdrop of this, Northern Upside Down, and how you got to it.
There we go.
So we met in Philadelphia in like 2012. We met in culinary school. So we both shared always been a common interest. We've always, again, been in the restaurant industry, and it was probably about almost 4 years ago where we was just like, okay, so I feel like we both have enough experience that, we can slowly but surely venture out on our own. And, we built our LLC and things of that nature. And then even then,
like we'll do stuff here and there. And it wasn't until maybe 2 years ago or a year and a half ago where we fully like jumped in.
Yeah.
And that was terrifying and also crazy rewarding in the end. We're definitely moving into new territory as far as how we reach people or the things that we do on a daily basis, showing more of the process now on our social medias. It's all gradual growth in our eyes.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with it. I mean, I guess I'll just double back, and I mean, we did meet in culinary school. We both definitely shared interests. I mean, I guess I gave you guys a little small story, you know, laugh or don't, you know, on how we really got involved, and it was literally through food. I remember we had a class together, and this is in Philadelphia. We went to the Art Institute of Philadelphia. Weirdly, it's not here anymore. But anyway, we had a class at the main building, and so I'm from Alabama, and I was always, you know, it was a new donut shop, a new Krispy Kremes on what was the
Chestnut
on Chestnut Street. Mm-hmm. So that's the main street that our school was on. So it was a new donut shop there, Krispy Kremes, and it kind of took me back home because that's what we have. We don't have Dunkin' Donuts. Like what is that? I don't know. We had Krispy Kremes in Alabama.
I'm good for Krispy Kreme. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had Krispy Kreme. So they built one on Chestnut Street, and one day I was always there. So they knew me on a first name basis. So one day I went in. I think Justina had some donuts first, and I asked for some of her donuts. She gave me a what was it, like an apple
filled?
Yeah, it was the worst donut ever. Like I don't even like stuffed donut, but I ate it because I just wanted, you know, I wanted to be a part of whatever she had going on. So I ate that bull crap. I really ate it.
Okay, Justina.
Yeah, it was hard. But anyway, I ended up eating the donut. So, you know, I think maybe a day or two later, I came back. I think I might have had like a 6-pack of donuts.
He gave them to me, and I was so excited. I literally called my mom like, "This boy gave me a whole 6-pack of donuts."
Yeah.
Food is the way to our hearts. You can tell.
So I shared the donut. I got the donut store, and the rest is still a process in the making. We still working it out. Yeah. We done got married and everything. So yeah, like two kids and a marriage later from 7 donuts.
Wow. So that's a whole wow. So literally the rest is history, and you're still
the rest.
So we met in like 2012. Yeah, 2012. So this might have been this was like 2012.
Yeah.
So 2012, you all meet. Story starts with some donuts, right? And he took that donut, that hard donut for you, right?
It was soft. It was soft.
It was just
it was soft. Okay.
It was soft.
For you, but he came back and he gave me
He doubled back with the combo box.
I love it.
I love it.
Who literally brought you all together?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Wow.
Totally.
And so now, fast forward, you said when did y'all get married? So you got married.
We've only been married. We got married in 2022. So November of 2022.
Yeah.
We've been together the whole time, but
was that like 10 years? Is that like 10 years?
Yeah, 10 almost 10 years to date. Actually, that the day we got married.
Yeah. Okay.
November. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we almost there.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so 10 years, and now you said 2 children?
Yeah. A boy and a girl.
Got it. Both were okay. Y'all well balanced out here. And in terms of the business. So in terms of your business, when did you, because you have what you said 30 plus years together?
Yeah, combined.
Yeah, I mean so we've been in the industry. She was cooking before I met her, and I definitely was. Man, I remember. I don't know if you guys remember in elementary school when they had the book fair. You guys remember that? Do y'all remember? Did y'all have book fair?
Yes, that was my favorite part.
We did, yeah.
And I was always buying recipe books. I mean,
Wow.
yeah, I remember it. I remember it like yesterday. I always bought recipe books. My grandmother always cooked. Had great grandmas who always cooked. So yeah, I naturally just gravitated towards the arts. Cooking with my grandma, like literally.
And both of my parents met in the kitchen as well. So both of my parents were chefs and cooks when I was growing up. So that's literally how my mom and dad met, got married, had kids, and always was in the kitchen. They had a small business when I was growing up as well. So it's just kind of, I'm the kid that took that on, that, it's kind of, I never wanted to do any other profession. So it was kind of just natural. And, now we coincidentally meet in the same way. It's kind of,
it was just in your future, just written in the stars, right?
Yeah, there we go, written in the stars.
It was already aligned for you all. And so with that, it seems like you both naturally have that inclination, with regards to food, in the culinary arts. What's your favorite foods to cook? I know what we shared, but what would you say?
My favorite food, I love to eat burgers. I love burgers. You can make them a million different ways. Just like macaroni and cheese too. I've been to restaurants where there's 15 different types of macaroni and cheese. So I would say those two. I like to eat those. I like to cook what I can't cook.
Or your specialty, so you like to eat those. He said burgers and macaroni and cheese.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, what do you prefer?
It's probably mac and cheese. Because I remember vividly, just like my grandmother something was going on in her house. There was a lot of people there. It was a lot of smiles, a lot of good vibes. And if anything negative was happening or anybody wasn't happy, I wouldn't have known, because everyone was there and we were all helping. And she allowed me to help with macaroni and cheese. So to this day, I'm trying to get that flavor out of that macaroni and cheese that she allowed me to help her make.
I love it. And you know what, if I can just insert real quick, macaroni and cheese, you don't have no space for error. When cause that's like a staple.
We got
potato salad and mac and cheese.
It's got to be right.
It has to be right. It can't be too light. Anyway. So anyway,
it's got to be cheesy.
For me. For me, I must say my favorite savory thing to make will be like lasagna. And sauce, cheese, sauces from scratch, like everything it's 100% lasagna. And then if we're going to go with sweets, then it's going to always be cake. It's just going to always be cake.
Yeah. So you all do both. So you do the food.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we deep into it. We just, everybody's doing savory, so why not just jump out there and do, desserts? Like literally, we just doing something that. So if we're out, and I remember like walking around in Philadelphia, we always saw like the food trucks, and very seldom did we ever see the sweet ones. Really, or maybe the trucks had one item or maybe two items. So we'll just full throttle because like when we started with the LLC, we were doing savory foods, and we were selling plates, but it just wasn't. I feel like we were losing. I feel like we wasn't like the food cost percentage wasn't coming together like it needed to. So we was just like we took a break, and then we started. She had already had this love of making cakes, really like a whole cake rack full of stuff. And then in the Philadelphia, I was always trying to make, like, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the macaron cookie. It's like a French cookie. It's made with meringue and almond flour, and I've been trying to perfect that since Philadelphia. So I feel like I've reached the peak, to the point to where I'm we're dishing out different flavors of cakes and those macaron cookies with the addition of other items. But we just was like, We just gonna
So,
go ahead and
Lady
get the dessert.
So, Lady T, like, does like this sister to sister episode? Like, do we have a taste testing? Like, we need a like we gotta have the live rendition. So, y'all
just let us know when and where. Just let us know when and where. Any food allergies will be there. Just let us know when and where.
We're gonna do the live. So I love it. Like, you're not leaving any money on the table. You know what I'm saying? The one-stop shop.
Like, there we go. That's it. That's exactly
my thing.
That's like exactly how we like to think about it. It's definitely one of those things where if you got a party, don't worry about it. We could be a caterer and your dessert table. You don't gotta worry about it. You don't even gotta outsource nobody else.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So let's talk about the building, pursuing, you have your business because, like you said, you transition from, the educational part of it. This is what I love. This is what we grew up doing, exposed to. But now, we're going to firm this up and this is our business. And so now you're building, but then you are also in relationship. You're married, you have children. And then, all the other things. I don't know which one you want to talk about first, but how do you do what you do? Why are you still building?
A lot of patience, a lot of stepping out on faith, a lot of it. Patience, because when we first started even like dating and cooking together and things of that nature, we are polar opposites.
Yeah.
Like, I want you to stay on that side of the kitchen and I got this side of the kitchen.
No, you were more like, don't come in the kitchen.
So that's a whole nother dynamic, right? Because
that's how it was.
That's really how it was.
Okay.
That's funny.
Yeah, but we kind of gravitated towards each other like, magnets now. So, we're literally in the kitchen like, whatever that ballet is or whatever that hip hop dance is or whatever dance you want to call it. We're literally in there maneuvering around and, rubbing shoulders. We've gotten to that point because it was like that back in the day. Because I don't know, maybe. Yeah, for sure. I think it's the rhythm. Maybe it was an insecurity and we just didn't want to, I didn't want to have my recipes, my grandma's recipes. But yeah, right. Like now, I mean, I think and I was watching this, I forget who, Miss Anita, I forget her name. But anyway, she was preaching about, being, a pastor, being a sister, being a mother, being a wife. I mean, and I feel like it kind of touches home with us because we're married. I'm a father. I'm a brother. I'm an uncle. And likewise to Babe. I mean, she's an aunt. She's a sister, a mother. I think and business owners. I feel like it's heavy on compartmentalizing, and I talked to my sister. My sister was talking about this too. Shout out to my sister Shakita. But I think it's heavy, on how to compartmentalize, learning how to in the kitchen we would delegate duties, but in our relationship, in our situation, like all of the duties are ours. Like I can't pass it off to Babe and she can't pass it off to me. We're literally all of that in one, and learning how to compartmentalize. I feel like learning how, I stress the learning how to compartmentalize, through just knowing that everything is going to be all right, knowing that we are the two that are here, for, believing, because, 2 or 3 together in the name, it's going to work out. It's working out. It's been working out.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't stress enough. Yeah.
So your faith is your foundation.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Go ahead. No, I was saying, go ahead. I didn't want to.
I couldn't. It cut out, so I'm not sure where.
So I was saying, so with that, I hear you all saying that, when we first started, we had to find our rhythm, our flow, and how to, it seemed like the word that came in my mind, coexist, because typically when you are coming to becoming one, right, then you have I'm just thinking about just the business part, or just as you're even cooking together, because typically chefs, like you say, you got your recipes, you got yours over here, and how do we exist in the same space? And but now you've found that rhythm in your flow. And the question that I was saying, or the statement that I was making, is that faith, as you were, saying that faith is your foundation, and how it helps you to do what you do. And I want to kind of piggyback on, or circle back to your compartmentalization, right? Because you all talked a lot about that. Yeah. And so for those, we know what it means to compartmentalize, but break it down for what it means for you all and how you do what you do.
Okay, I mean, I could break it down from my point of view. I mean, so we're married, that's one, drawer. We're business owners, that's a whole nother drawer. And just just those two, and that's, I would say that's the bare minimum, but it's a big part. Understanding that, okay, we have an event this week, and then we came together with menus, and then it's time to execute, and maybe we collaborate on the ingredients, right? All of the ingredients, and we come out with phenomenal items for our menu. But then we get to the event, and it's less than what we expected, or like literally we just may not agree. And then the event is over, and we're at home tomorrow, and that disagreement that we had with Nothern Upside Down can't come into our marriage and our family. And I mean, it's as hard as I'm trying to explain it, like literally. But we have to understand, we pray before we go. We thank the Lord when we get home, no matter what the outcome is, and then we get back into our marriage, very similarly to that same formula. But it is hard, because like we will still have that same mind frame, because we're in the heat of the moment at an event, and then we get home, and we're still married through all of it, but we just have to be careful, to not let one kind of trickle over into the other, though we are still married through the whole process.
Got you.
That's it.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that what helps you is to, and I know sometimes saying because I've been having conversations about, boundaries, or I don't know if that's the right word, or when you say compartmentalization, you are, all of these different hats that you wear, husband and wife. We're actually business owners and business partners as well. And so if we have, like you said, an event, but we might have had a disagreement at home, we're not spilling that over. But when we get back home, we gonna get back to it.
Like grown folks.
We on one accord,
There we go.
Then you might in the mix have to put on daddy and mommy hat as well.
We definitely do. There's no might about it. And I feel like it's a process every day. It's step by step. Because and Babe was telling me, this morning. I mean, we were never taught how to be parents. We were never taught how to be married. And we were never taught how to be business partners, let alone, own businesses and move forward with it. We're learning as we go. But at the end of the day, we have to understand, we have to trust one another throughout whatever hat we're wearing. That's really it. And we have to trust that, the Lord is really for us. He knew us before we were ever even thought about. I mean, then our lives were already written down in his book of life, and we just have to stick to that. Like literally, we just have to stick to it. We have to know it. We have to believe it. We have to move forward with that same mind frame.
And I feel like at this point in like our business and in this point in our, we are newer to marriage. I feel like we are this whole thing is a walk by faith. So every day is a new chance to learn something new. So no matter what the disagreement is, no matter what the recipe not coming out right, or paying too much to a vendor, or anything like that, these are all learning curves. All of these things are set up to either we're going to succeed and learn from it, or we're going to fail and learn from it. But this is all walking by faith. We won't know until we get there, and that's all we can do. All we can do is get there. All we got to do is get there, and everything else will kind of work its way out one way or another.
Yeah.
And as long as we're doing it together, we're going to succeed.
Yeah, it's no fail. We're learning that.
Yeah, that togetherness and the unity, that togetherness and the unity, I believe that is something that is so important. And as I'm listening to you and even navigating, relationship, myself, is one thing that I'm finding is that communication is so important. And not just communication, but effective communication. And also in the world that we're living in with mental health and all of these other things and spaces, we have to also learn to give each other grace.
100%.
Extend grace. And so as those things come to my mind, I want to ask you, what are the lessons learned? So we know that you're navigating this. You are still, on the process of becoming one, even the more every day. You're growing in your parental, with that hat on, and your business hat, all of these different hats. What would you say as you're doing all of this? What are the major lessons learned, or that you would share with the audience today, and how have you, whether it's in your compartmentalizing, delegating, I heard you say that word, in the rhythm and the flow, what are those major lessons learned for you?
I feel like one of the biggest lessons for me to have to come back to a lot is that it's not your timing, it's God's timing. That everything that is happening in the time that is happening is supposed to. You don't have any control over your own specific timing. So what may not work 2 years ago is now working, and it's not working because it's our time for it to work. Like this is not our first time coming out, or even starting. But this is the time that it's sticking. This is the time that we're way more consistent than we ever been. This is the time where our focus is better, where things are actually having upward momentum. And this is because this is our divine timing. Like our gift is that the Lord blesses us with is cooking, right?
Yes.
And that is undeniable. But all of those times that we started before, we would get a little buzz, and then we would just, one reason or another, would feel like it's not working, or something doesn't stick, or one part of our life has taken over in another way where we have to redirect our attention to something else. And this actual timing of everything is where we're supposed to be. Even doing this is amazing.
Yeah.
It didn't happen 2 years ago when we first came out. So it's just like, this is all in his timing, and we have to be careful not to focus on others people's timing, because that also happens a lot to us, because we have plenty of friends that are in this business. We have plenty of places that we've been and worked where it's just like, this ain't it. But it was their timing. And if we focus on what's going on with them, then it doesn't help what's going on with us. We're stopping our own blessings.
Oh,
so that's
Yeah,
a really, really big lesson that I feel like we as a couple, as a team, as a partnership, I know we have to continue to go back to, like, it's happening now because it's supposed to happen now.
Yeah.
What's happened to them was supposed to happen to them. We can't focus on what other people are doing. We can only focus on what's for us, because what's for us is going to come to us when it's supposed to.
Indeed.
Yes, that's the word.
Yeah, that's it.
Woo.
That's it. That was a lot of weight right there. Yeah.
That was a whole.
That was
a whole word.
That was Jesus.
Like, yeah, you can just drop the mic right there, because a lot of people grapple with timing.
Yes.
And what you said is literally when you gotta focus and be laser focused on your lane, and not peeking on another couple's lane or another person's lane, another, someone else in your industry's lane. Because what God has, when we are people of faith, and trusting and believing and standing on the word of God and what he has placed in us, it is so, especially when we're in business, my goodness, it can be so easy to look at what man or what culture, right, is telling us what we should do in our business. But really, we should, while we can glean from and all of that, ultimately, we should be getting our strategy, our downloads from God. We know that the business plan is good. We know all of those things. But even in that business plan, if he hasn't blessed the plan, then you don't have anything. And so you want to be,
will change every day on you. It'll change every day.
He will change it. And so, like you said, that timing is so important, and to be in the timing of God, because I believe when you are in that timing, the resources you need, the money you need, the vendors you need, the clients you need, the contracts you need, it's literally a flow with it.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but when I've experienced it, I'm like,
listen, yes.
You can't beat the timing of God.
That part.
But wait a minute. Coupled with the timing is the obedience.
Woo! Listen,
because if he tells you
gotta stay grounded.
Because if he tells you it's your time and it's your turn, and you don't step up to the plate and say yes,
Jesus,
or you don't lean into it, like if you just said that a year ago or two or whatever the timing was, you might not have had a platform like this to come on, right? But what if you would have said, hey, I'm not, we still, building, we're not ready yet. We didn't say yes to it. It's like, if you don't take and step into those opportunities, you just never know what can do. So we have to also be willing to say yes.
And be stretched.
Yes. Absolutely. Stepping out on faith, like it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, because
whatever opportunity, all of it goes in it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, because the thing about it is that in order for us to grow in any capacity, whether it's in your marriage or parenting or partnership, we have to be willing to be stretched, and being stretched is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. Because if it felt good, everybody will be doing it, but it does not.
Yeah. And
sweet.
So that first one, that timing, you see that opened up a hole, right? Can of worms. Look, Holly said, and let me just pause again. Welcome everybody. We have someone from coming in from Nassau, Bahamas, Atlanta, all over. Thank you all for tuning in. They love y'all, obviously.
Thank you.
They love you all, and so you have someone, I think I definitely see a book in your future, like definitely see a book in your future. You have someone that says, write that down. They're going to write that down so I can remember it and refer back when they feel that nothing is going right. And so these lessons learned from your journey of navigating these spaces, I think y'all can really dig into that, how you your methodology, right? And how you have dealt with and evolved out of these lessons learned in life. And someone, Dr. E said he also want to know, what does your t-shirt say? I'm not your t-shirt, your hoodie say. He loves
it just says Northern Upsidedown.
Yeah,
that's what it says.
Yeah,
my sister, she made these for us way out of Alabama. Northern Upsidedown. So Northern is upside down. Yeah, it's a plate here.
Okay. I love it. So yes, he said he loves orange. So that's already, but love that. So make sure you all shout out to sister. We have that sister on. But
Shakita Danielle.
Yeah.
She gonna be mad. She gonna hate me for that.
But look, this is what it's all about. And so operating in the timing and the season of God. So what else? What other lessons learned? You got any others that
I mean, just piggybacking off of you guys, you literally just have to stay grounded. You have to step into the faith. I feel like, if it's easy, then it probably ain't. It ain't the path. That straight and narrow it is something serious. It really is, because this hasn't been easy for us.
No.
Whether marriage or our business or even raising kids, ain't none of it been easy. Like none of it. It's all really hard. But I mean, even keeping faith.
Yeah,
it's hard, and I'm gonna be honest. I mean, it is what it is. I don't care. Like it's even hard to even believe sometimes, but and I don't we've oh, that's my sister. Yeah, we've been through so many bumps and valley experiences, and we're here today. It was like 10, 12 years later. So for us to say, you know what, I don't think I can't. Maybe not. It would just be foolish, because I mean, he did. He has. He always will. I mean, it's just a fact. And even if he don't, he's done it already in our lives. It ain't really much you can tell me about nothing.
The track record, right? Yes.
The track.
Yeah.
Record.
I mean, it's giving me goosebumps to say it. I mean, it is what it is. We've been through it, and he's been behind us the whole time. Legit, he's been behind us. He's been in front of us. He's been beside us. He's been everywhere that we've been, and hell or high water, hell and high water. We're here. We're here. We're smiling. And we're stronger from yesterday.
Yeah.
And and if tomorrow never comes, I thank the Lord still, and that's a fact.
Woo!
Jesus.
Listen, and this staying grounded is so important, right? And so as you were talking, and Lady T, you know how I feel about this, about when God gives you a brand, right? We have to, what we don't realize, and it really clicked one time, it clicked one day for me, like you have to live out and walk out your brand.
Yes.
Your brand is Northern upside down. So upside down, when your life is upside down, when things are topsy-turvy, like you still
always up is the way. Up is always the way.
Woo, come on.
Always the way. Up is always the way.
Like
upside down, sideways, don't matter.
Right. And so whatever side you may feel that you're on, if you can look up, you can get up.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like it speaks, and we have to embrace it and live it, because while your food, while what you do your food, the taste is good and all these other things, that's a plus. But when people, they'll connect with your story. They'll connect in so many other ways, right? And when we're authentically who we are and not someone else, we sometimes we lose the blessing, or not that you lose the blessing, but we sometimes when we are holding on to, or we're trying to be like somebody else and not ourselves, and not stand in our authenticity, God can't give you the blessing. It's not dropping down to you,
because He can't bless who you're pretending to be.
Who you're pretending, that's it.
That's heavy right there. Yeah.
Who you're pretending to be. But it's something about standing in your authenticity and being who He has called you to be individually and as my mother says, Sunshine says, individually and collectively. Because you are a unit, but you're still two individuals.
Yeah.
And what I would say from personal experience, what drew me to them before the food was just them, their beings, their spirits. And so, because you can run into anybody, right? Anybody selling food, anybody selling something, right? Because everybody is doing something. However, when you show up the way God intended you to show up, it doesn't matter what you're selling, because the Lord will make sure everything clears off your table. But when you show up the way He intended you to, that's what lasts, because people will remember the conversation you had, the impression that you left, and it's that moment. It's that moment that will lead them to be like, have you tried, or you should call, or you should reach out to, or I got the perfect company for you. It's those moments. It's those moments when you are authentic. And for me, that's what it was.
Wow.
The great sweet treats were a plus, but meeting a couple that literally showed up as God intended them to show up. There were no airs. It wasn't like they were trying to make a sale. It was just conversation.
Yeah.
Genuine conversation.
Yep. Like we already knew each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that is the beauty in it. That's the beautiful part. That's the beautiful part. Because when you're working in oil, you don't have to toil.
Well, come on, you already know, lady.
One more time. Wait a minute. One more time. Run that back. Say it again.
Was that a bar?
Say it again.
Is that a bar?
When you're working in oil, you don't have to toil.
You don't have to toil.
That is real.
You don't have to toil.
Sometimes you just got to say,
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's the truth.
Yes.
It's the truth. So we working, every day we striving. I mean, we always have these come back to Jesus moments. Like we really do. Whether we just in the car or in the middle of the night, we'll just brainstorm. And whether it's just about our relationship or our business, if we need to just have a prayer moment. I mean, and it may sound cliche, but really, I mean, really, I don't feel like we need to, to prove that, we believe in God. We believe that Jesus is His Son. We believe that the Holy Spirit is a part of Him all. We're literally believing in God. We're moving forward. We're loving each other. We're giving out whatever we can give out, and man, we're taking in everything else. Literally, I mean, it's all a lesson. And I told my sister back in the day, I was just like, man, listen, what would you rather have? Because she's starting her business too, and she's doing a lot of graphics. So it's like, what would you rather have? A great idea and not follow through with it, or that great idea and have, just for the sake of numbers, 200 orders. I mean, it's all about the problem that you want to have. You want to have a bad problem, or you want to have a good problem. I'm okay with 500 shirts. I mean, just give it to me, because I know that the Lord is he going to provide everything else. If we're willing to move forward, to say yes, not just to the job, but to say yes to I believe that He's working in our favor. It's gonna work out.
And I feel like for us, it's sometimes we let fear stop whatever blessing that the Lord has for us in the first place.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of us, like where you saw us say and things of that nature, that was being like, I'm not so sure about this. This low key kind of scary, and us doing it anyway.
Yeah.
And us doing it anyway, which led to a plethora of other things. This is us walking out on faith and not letting fear kill the blessing that was already in store for us.
Because again, it is scary.
It's scary.
That's
People
a
don't
word.
tell you the groundwork of owning your own business. People
And
make
don't.
it on social media, make it look like it is. Next day you got $200K in your bank
The
account.
devil. Social media is the devil, okay?
So it's just like, we are in these real moments of working through fear, not knowing how we're going to show up or where we're going to show up or who's going to show up for us, and doing it anyway. And doing it in spite of
That
so
part.
it's just like that right there is for us has been like, oh, we conquered the fear today. We did this. Oh, well, maybe this is a lesson of maybe we shouldn't go this way next time. Maybe we should, turn the bend a little bit. But we would never know if we don't go there.
Yeah.
Woo!
We never know if we don't go there.
You will never know if you don't go there.
That part.
That's it.
You will never know if you don't go. My goodness. Come on, y'all.
I mean, it's real. I mean, it's
the thing.
It's as honest as it can be. I mean, either you gonna sit at home, or stay. I mean, and this is for creatives and everyone that has that idea in the back of their mind, of just moving in a different direction, of being an entrepreneur. I mean, either. I mean, it's really as simple as and as hard as at the same time. Either you're gonna do it or you're gonna stay what you're gonna do what you've been doing, or you're gonna do something that you've never done before. I mean, I'm adventurous. I want to figure out, where this road gonna take us. So
Sure.
And also knowing that wherever that God has graced you for everything He's called you to. He's graced you for this assignment. That means that His supernatural power, strength, resources, whatever you need, is going to meet you at the point of your yes, at the point of you leaning into it. And so knowing that He has certainly graced you. Oh my goodness, this has been wow.
Yes.
God has not given you the spirit of fear. Everybody, look, this chat is on fire out here tonight. Okay. And so you all have said so much, and drop, knowledge, or just drop from your experience, your lessons learned. I think that is something that we all can glean from. And here at Sister to Sister Talk Power Moves, we talk about the power that that moves. And for all of us, it may be something different that moves you, but for me, when I think about it, it is the power of God that moves me from one assignment to the next, from one thing, from one idea to the next, and it is His grace that literally carries me from one thing to the next. And so as we're wrapping up tonight, we hope that this has been good for you, and has been a blessing for you, and just sharing I believe just even a piece of your story, because God knows I know there is so much more.
For sure.
But if there is one thing that you want the audience to take away tonight, as they're navigating life, you talked about the timing is everything, and knowing that your time is your time. You also talked about staying grounded, and then being able to lean on each other. And like you said, then also you said, if you don't go, if you you'll never know if you don't go. And so, but is there anything else that you would like to leave with the audience tonight, as we're wrapping up?
I mean, I'll say that, there is no perfect timing. No perfect timing to, get down on one knee and propose. No perfect timing to, go fill out that information for that LLC. I mean, it's not a perfect time. Like, you're always going to be anxious about making. Again, you're always going to be anxious about doing something that you've never done before. It's supposed to feel like that. It's going to feel like that. And it's just like when you're at church and you go down there and you give your life to the Lord. Oh, that's when it's about to get real. Mm-hmm. You're gonna be challenged every step of the way. So I mean, you just gotta trust God's timing. You gotta, again, stay in your word. Trying to learn how the Lord, Jesus spoke to the disciples. Learn how they all communicated with one another. Learn how they maneuvered throughout all of their trials and their tribulations, and then that's how you'll learn, how He communicates with you during your journey, and that's where you just have to learn to discern.
And I feel like just knowing that this whole thing is a process. Process doesn't mean easy. Process doesn't mean right away. Process doesn't mean next day. Process is what it is. Some days are better than the others. As long as you wake up for tomorrow, that's it. All you can do is just keep going. And social media is definitely a lie. Like,
it's not real.
Make sure you're focused on what you have going on versus trying to mimic what somebody else does.
Yeah.
You don't know their process. You don't know their struggle, and you can't emulate.
Yes, that's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
Wow. Process. Don't be this. And when I think about what you just said, it can also become a bigger distraction. It can become a distraction and impede your progress as opposed to propelling you forward. When you become distracted by, what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing over here? What are they doing over here? So that's definitely powerful. Ooh, my goodness. He said, learn to discern. How was God speaking to you? We taking away that process. Lady T, like, this has been.
Listen, I'm still stuck on study how the Lord spoke to the disciples. Jesus.
It's really
I'm
real.
that's the whole Bible study class. I really need to, because that could help you in so many aspects of your life.
I believe so.
Woo, that's that right there. Ooh, baby, that right there is good. I'm gonna be dropping that in the family chat.
That is funny. But it's the truth. That's really it. I mean,
it is true though. It's very true. It's very, very true. That's
and good. I believe that God has left us with, if we truly read His word, and as Travis Green says, Pastor Travis Green says, he said, read the word and then read the word. Like, we can graze over it sometimes, but no, read it for what, and really glean and take away what God is saying. But He has given us so many formulas, like the template to life. When we really sit down, and when you're just talking about the disciples, like, God has been dealing with me, like, to go back. Yeah. He told them as He was going, like, lay it down on. He's literally telling, lay it on the line, like. Lay it on the line. And so I think sometimes as we're closing, y'all, but sometimes we are afraid to lay it on the line. Like, you talk about that fear factor Sometimes we're so used to carrying everything.
That is
But
so
when he
real.
says lay it on the line, he's literally wanting us to make an exchange.
Yeah.
Gotta sacrifice some stuff.
Yeah.
Can't take it all with you.
Nope.
Surrender.
Mm.
And then here it is, die to yourself.
Yeah.
Mm.
Die
Every day.
to what you think you need.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or what you think other people think you should be carrying. You know, it's a whole lot of dynamics in that, right?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
You tell the Lord the plan that you got for your life, and watch him laugh at you.
He gonna laugh.
Watch him.
That part, okay? Because geez,
You have no idea.
And you literally have no idea. The other day, I saw a post. One of the young ladies had posted a prophetic word, and what she said, God is oh my goodness. She said that God is no longer, he's not in your comfort zone, right? He's at the next level,
Yes.
waiting for you. He's not in your comfort zone. And so as we are wrapping up tonight and we have had these wonderful nuggets and lessons learned, my prayer is that you all have taken them copious notes, like they used to say in my class. Take those copious notes, but that you know that if you are yearning for more in your life, if you're desiring for more in your life, if you are asking and praying for more in your life, that it is literally outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
God wants to give you the desires of your heart.
yes.
He's not like dangling in front of you and saying, hey, can you get it? No, he wants to give it to you.
Yeah.
But the question is, will you challenge yourself in this moment to say yes and dare to go outside of your comfort zone? Because I'm telling you from experience that everything that you have ever wanted, everything that you've ever desired, everything that you ever longed for, guess what? It's outside of your comfort zone.
Yes, Lord.
And it's available and it's accessible to you.
Yeah.
Not later, but now.
Now.
Right.
Y'all know that now and later, you know, we grew up on them now
Yeah.
and later, right? You know.
Right.
And so ask yourself, like, do you want it now or do you really, you know, do you want it now or later?
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's our time and our turn when we make it our time and our turn, when we choose to say yes.
Yes.
And so I'm excited, y'all. Y'all to start some things up over here. When they turn it upside down.
Yes.
And I think, you know, you talked about earlier about that straight path, right? I think, you know, even though sometimes when we're in our valley, it may feel like it's the end of the world, or it might feel like, oh my goodness, okay, God. Like, I know, yes, it's a track record. I know you did that before, but right now I just don't see the end. But I think it would be a little boring, kind of, you know, if everything was just like, I did it and it took me right. And so I'm grateful in learning even the more to embrace every curve, every challenge, every valley, but every mountain. You know, I'm embracing those things, and I thank you for sharing, taking time out here, Sister to Sister Talk Power Moves, to share your journey with us. Lady T, we definitely gonna have to have him back.
Yes,
Lady T. Lady T, where you been, Lady T? Ain't seen you in a while. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
This was amazing. This really was amazing. Thank you.
Yes, you're so
your story
welcome.
is amazing, and I definitely feel like people will get a lot from your story. And I have to say to the audience, if you don't take anything else away outside of the timing part, he said that they've been doing this, they've been in this for 10 or 12 years. Okay, they have been in valleys, but they are still here. So if you don't take anything else away, if you are in a valley right now, it does not mean that you will stay there. It does not mean that that is your permanent destination. It means that it is a pit stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't allow your pit stop to become permanent. You're only supposed to pass through.
They looking for the book, y'all. Yeah.
That's so funny, man.
And we looking for the book too. So, if you gotta play back and take note of the lessons learned that you should. Yeah.
Listen, we went to we were a part of a church in Philadelphia, Bright Hope Baptist Church, and we met Reverend Taylor. Reverend Taylor, he always said, somebody want to hear y'all testimony. You gotta say it somewhere, somehow, but you can't be afraid to say it. I mean, it's a long, hard road, bumps, ups and downs, valleys experience. But yeah, to Miss Parker's point, man, yes, valley experiences. We had some lows and we had some highs, and we're gonna have more lows and we're gonna have more highs. It's just the way the Lord got it planned for everybody, not just us. You're gonna go through some hard times. It's only rainy days are only to
water the flowers,
water the soil, so you can grow into a wonderful tree, lovely garden. Pick your flower. You gonna grow. You gonna grow. You're gonna shed. You're gonna grow some more. It's life.
Yeah. Those it's inevitable. But the question is, what are we going to do with those experiences? And so thank you all again. So before we close out, you have to share, because someone already asked in the beginning. They were asking, like, do you ship out your food? Like, I think they were saying, do you ship and all these other things? So you got to share where you're located, what's your hashtags, if you got a website, you got a phone number, you got to drop all your information. How can the good people find you?
So right now we're on Instagram at Nothern _ upside down, and on Facebook Nothern Upside Down.
There is no R in Northern.
It's this.
There is no R.
N-O-T. That's that Southern twang right there.
There is no R.
Y'all could have corrected
It's okay.
So we expect people to say it like Northern.
It's cool.
But it's Northern Upside Down. Like you would say it with an accent. He has one, if you believe it.
little Southern twang. But I mean, we're just popping up. We're doing a lot of pop-ups throughout Baltimore. We plan on kind of expanding to DC. We heard that DC is a nice little area. We're doing where we're literally popping up. We do a lot of pop-up shops, and that's how we living right now until we get brick and mortar or until we get food truck. We're gonna be somewhere close to you.
But to answer the question, if you did want something shipped, yes, we could do it. All of the questions, all of the menu items, all of those things, just DM us on Nothern _ upside down on IG or Facebook, and then northernupsidedown@gmail.com if you want to reach us quicker.
Yep.
I think I might have this right, so let me know.
Yep. Perfect.
Yep.
Okay, so that's how you connect, y'all. You can drop a DM to them, connect with the Facebook, IG, and plug in.
The email is the same. It's northernupsidedown@gmail.com, all lowercase.
Yes. So I love it. Yep, I love it. You said at Gmail, right? So I'll drop that in there.
Yep.
So connect with them. This has been amazing.
It has.
Yes. God has graced you all for this moment, and continue to rise to the occasion and make those power moves. Shake it up a little, continue to shake it up in the earth, because there are people who are waiting to hear your story. You can feed them. Y'all, it's a one-stop shop. They're going to feed you, tell them the story, empower you to your next.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that. Stay connected. Y'all see the hashtags, Facebook. Thank you all for sharing with us again. your journey of pursuing your dreams while balancing your family, your marriage, as well as your lifestyle. Y'all, this has been another Sister to Sister Talk Power Moves. We pray that you will be empowered to make the moves, because now is your time. When you show up, you go up. Take care, y'all. Take care. Take charge. Meet us here. Don't just meet us here, but beat us here next week. Same time, same place. Take care.
Yes.
Take charge. And God bless you. Have
Good
a great
night.
night.
All right, now.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
That was cool.